Babies have to be bathed so much. Are they that dirty?
Yeah, he's messy. He's a messy baby.
And so do you still live at home? You're at home?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So the babies get to grow up together.
Yeah, they do.
Well, you shared an honest moment about motherhood in a recent interview in Touch. You said you remember sitting on a black recliner just bawling your eyes out, and that you were rocking Trip to sleep because he'd been screaming for so long, and you were thinking, what am I going to do? This is as bad as it gets. So tell us about that moment if you can.
Yeah, that moment I just felt, I have this big supportive family and stuff, but I just felt so alone and felt just like a breaking point where reality sunk in that, yeah, I have a kid, this is my life, this is my full-time job now. So at that point it was just like realizing everything.
And then in that moment, did your grandmother walk in the room? I heard your grandmother walked in the room.
Yeah, she had just walked in the door and she was just like, Bristol, honey, like everything's going to be okay. It's hard right now, but everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. And so does this experience give you greater respect for your own mom?
Yes, definitely.
Do you ever wish you could be with your friends at college?
There are times, yeah. But I have a beautiful baby boy and he's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So Sarah, I know every mother and father, obviously, every parent has a dream for their child. And usually that dream doesn't include teenage pregnancy. Do you regret not talking more about sex with Bristol? Do you feel disappointed that she can't be out with her friends, living the life that she could be living now?
Oh, all those things, Oprah, yes. Such lessons that our family has learned. Yes, I wish that we would have had more candid talks about having unprotected sex, about having sex before marriage. You know, my assumption, probably like so many other mothers across America, assuming that, oh, maybe everybody else is doing it, but not my kid. Well, surprise. Yeah, it was a shock to find out that she was pregnant. You know, here she was, an athlete, great student, just kind of the picture of someone who wasn't supposed to get pregnant in high school, and didn't work out that way. Life happens. She's handled this so well, though. She's very strong, quite independent, and she has taken full responsibility for her actions. She's raising Trip just splendidly, and we couldn't be prouder. But her message is it's so sincere, it's so truthful. It's like, come on, other girls, don't get in the situation that I was in, because your opportunities do become limited once you are carrying another child into this world. I so respect, though, that Bristol has chosen life and is doing such an awesome job with this beautiful baby. But as she said, quite candidly, truthfully, she wishes that this would have happened to her 10 years from now.
So Bristol, I know you wanted to come on because you wanted to warn other teen girls. I have 336 daughters at my school in South Africa, and I'm always talking very candidly with them about it, and I tell them to make the decision before the moment arrives, because when the guy is licking on your ear, it's hard to make the decision. So make the decision before the moment arrives. But this is, it's a little tough in that moment. But I saw in Touch magazine, and this was a little, I kind of bristled when I saw this, where you said, I'm not going to have sex until I'm married, I can guarantee it. And the reason I bristled is because I thought, why set yourself up that way? Because it may be 10 years from now before you choose to get married, and now you set yourself up by making that statement, so that everybody you go out with, you date, the media is going to be looking at that person and, trying to get that person to sell you out and to say, did you have sex or not? Why, if you're going to have sex or not have sex, just that's your business. It's not anybody's business when you choose to have sex.
Yeah, correct. I just think it's a goal to have, and I think other young women should have that goal.
Okay, but it's a goal. But when you make the statement that I'm absolutely, positively not going to have sex and I guarantee it, you don't think you're setting yourself up?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, good luck to you on that. Well, what do you think about that, Sarah? You know what I'm saying. You know how the media is.
Yeah, I do. But yes, I do know how that media works. But no, I'm proud of Bristol and other girls who and young men who are saying, you know, really the only 100% foolproof way of not getting a sexually transmitted disease or not getting pregnant is to be abstinent, and that is her goal, and that's what she's committed to, and I believe her. She's a strong, independent woman who can do this. I'm proud of that goal, as opposed to her just kind of conceding that, well, you know, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, maybe I'll just kind of be haphazard about this. No, she is trying to...
I gotta just interrupt y'all. Listen, 1 out of 3 teenagers, according to the, I think it's the CDC, says 1 out of 3 teenagers are having sex by the time they're 18 years old. And obviously she's already had sex. So I'm just wondering if that is a realistic goal. I think teaching responsibility, teaching, you know, a sense of judgment about it, but is that a realistic position?
I think she's talking about herself personally.
Yeah,
obviously,
it's a realistic goal for myself.
It's a realistic goal for herself, and as she shared messaging elsewhere, Oprah, she has said, but for others who don't have that goal, prevent the pregnancy, though. Do, as what you had said, Oprah, think about it before the action is taken. Prepare for it. But for Bristol's personal goal, I'm saying more power to her. She's a strong woman.
Okay. All right. Well, I was going to give you a chance to retract or back or ease that statement if you wanted to, and not say categorically, I guarantee I'll never have sex until I'm married. But if you want to hold to that, then may the powers be with you. So you're going to hold to that.
Hey, does that mean that you're going to marry pretty young? See, I'm telling her, Oprah, don't think that she has to go find a man and get married young or anything else. The world is her oyster. She's making good decisions now, and she's going to be able to pursue education and career and avocation opportunities without a man. So, and knowing her too at this point, that whole scenario is on the back burner in her life, and I'm glad for it.
It's on the back burner, but also obviously not the back burner in that you have a child every day that you now have to raise. We were all just curious, the audience, Sarah. We like your kitchen. We like the apples. We see the whole thing there. We want to know what you're cooking for dinner tonight.
Ooh. Last night was popcorn chicken. Don't tell anybody. Tonight, what should we have, Bristol? I think I'll make stew. It's one of those cold days where a big crock pot full of moose stew sounds really good.
All right. Thank you very much. You know what? Thank you so much, because it's 9 o'clock in the morning here as we're live in Chicago, which means it's 3 hours earlier there. And we were just talking about whoever did your hair, curls your hair this morning, they had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to start curling your hair and the whole process of getting ready. So
No.
No.
We always get up at 3 in the morning, look just like this.
Okay. Thank you, Valens. Back in a moment. Sarah's book, Going Rogue, still on the bestsellers list. We'll be right back. Coming up, he just won the Golden Globe. Crazy Hearts' Jeff Bridges joins us.
Momentum. A song by Paul Beckman, Palu Rainbow Song, created January 22nd, 2010, using the guitar chords C, D7, and G. This song is going to be called Oprah Always Has Something to Say. Well, now Oprah, that Oprah, she's got something to say. She's always got something to say. And if she can't say anything, she can ask a question of a guest or two, and she'll have answers coming back to her. Why everyone loves to have conversations with Oprah. She's the American gal, interviewing everyone for centuries. Oh yeah, she'll interview the president and Mrs. too. She'll interview a winner of this or that too. She'll put questions to the most talented and even sometimes the most desperate. She'll interview the president and interview the crook. She'll interview the maid and she'll interview the cook. She'll interview the layman or laywoman, and she'll help people with their rights. Help people with their rights.